As a direct result of climate changes, the shrinking coastline caused by the thawing of permafrost and acceleration of erosion has put Alaska's Shishma Reef in a precarious situation, as the land in which the community sits on could only hold out for so long before the land disappears. Relocation is a solution that the government has chosen. However, where would the massive funds to relocate the citizens come from? And all citizens of the community in agreement to relocate? We find out more in our final installment at the Disappearing Frontier.
Shishma Reef has to make some decisions. Will they relocate, or will they stay where they're at and sort of what we call stand and defend?
That's totally affected the community in the past. Just the word relocation.
Shishma Reef received a revetment, and the revetment was designed to allow them to have some time to keep their community safe while they went forward in relocation.
The organizations that are not from here misunderstood that we'd be moving it 1 or 2 years back then, and we're still here.
Worst case is having to pull up your historic settlement and move to a new site for a new town and create the whole infrastructure that's required for a modern village, from power to water to sewer to education to housing. And that can be extremely expensive, and we don't really know where that money's going to come from.
Shishma Reef residents are deeply aware of these challenges, and many have become skeptical of help from the outside.
The champions on the government side that worked for us in years past, they're gone.
The late Senator Ted Stevens, he helped out most of the communities with all kinds of projects, seawalls, clinics, whatever was most important for each community.
Tell you what, he was in Shishma probably 6 or 8 times a year. The thought is now more, hey, wait a minute, there's no one out there that's willing to help us in this situation.
Governments are desperately trying to protect their citizens. They are trying to raise awareness of the consequences of us failing to mitigate our greenhouse gas emissions. My name is Robin Bronin. I have been doing research since 2007 on the community relocations happening in Alaska. Relocation is always the last resort. The challenge is with sea level rise and with our technology, we don't know how long people will be able to be protected in place. And now government agencies are doing their best, but it's taking an extraordinarily long time because there's no relocation institutional framework. No government agency has the mandate, right, to relocate them.
If relocating just one community is so complicated, what then is the fate of so many other coastal cities around the globe?
Alaska is the harbinger of what's coming to the rest of the world because of climate change, because of accelerating rates of erosion, because of sea level rise, permafrost thawing, right, and decreased Arctic sea ice. Those issues are going to manifest in other coastal communities, in particular around the world.
And by the time proper funding kicks in and entities are set up to oversee relocations, places like this may just have to grin and bear.
As you know now, we're still here and the studies are still ongoing. The last phase of these studies, well, the people who are doing the studies are coming here next week.
We can't tell you what will happen to Shishma Reef, but the Inupiaqs have shown us that even under the greatest challenges, they'll persevere, no matter what.
I told them that I'm not going to leave from here, I'll be here. Even one day
talk about relocation on the village. I would tell them, I'm not moving out of here.